Hi there, Loy Machedo, Sweeney from LoyMachedo.com, who's Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding. Today the date is 7th September 2017, time right now 6:55 in the evening. Alright, okay. Got this question about reading books. Loy, could you give us some tips on reading books? How do you select books, and how can you read books really fast? Okay. Now, sorry, I'm getting too many messages. Alright, so now I have this book here. You can make out it's sealed. Can you see it sealed? Yeah, it's sealed. Okay. Now, yeah, you can see the glow. Now it's sealed. Now, how did I select this book? First, when I have to select a book, what I do is I look at it from the front. So it says the marshmallow test. So obviously, it's all books are designed so they capture your attention. So here I saw marshmallow test. So obviously, I know it's something related to psychology. I do not know who's this guy, Walter Mischel. Okay, Mischel. Okay. So first I see, because obviously all authors, what they do is they put the best recommendation or the biggest name on the top. So here it's Daniel Kahneman. Now Daniel Kahneman is the author of Thinking Fast, Thinking Slow. So obviously he is a authority on the subject. Now obviously I would not go for each and every author, because authors like Brian Tracy or some other authors, what they do is they're fake. Not fake, sorry, that's the wrong term. What they do is they have this community of writers and bloggers and readers or whatever. So it's like I scratch your back, I say your book is great to buy, and you will say that my book is great to buy. So if I have 10 authors, all 9 will support my book, then we all 9 will support this guy's book. So you form support groups to market each other. And then there are some other people who take money, and after they receive money, they don't mind putting a positive statement, and they put like vague terminology like, this is a book you must read. So if someone would pay me like $500,000, well, why not? I will do it. Even 100,000, no problem. You got 100,000, give it to me, I'll say your book is great. Okay. So here is Daniel Kahneman. As you can see, lights get affected. Okay, Daniel Kahneman. And behind is The Times. The Times it's a newspaper, online, I think it's a newspaper, yeah. So, okay, fine. So you have 2. Then below where the sticker is, it says, the Telegraph says it's a good book. So there are 3 strong personalities. Fine, I'll go for this, okay? Now, if I'm still in doubt, what I do is I review the author's name online. I check on Amazon.com. And Amazon.com, whenever you check a book, first, do not go for the 5-star rating, because most of the authors have, paid reviewers to write them. The 5-star review. I would go for the worst review, the last, like the 1-star, 2-star. I'll read them. Okay, so based on that, I would get a kind of balanced view as to what are the drawbacks of the book. Now I'm opening this. You can see it's plastic. I'm trying to open this. Okay, see, I'm opening this. Okay, so I open this book. Now let's see. So if I have to be sure, this book has water in it. Oh, great. See, you can see stains. Can you see stains? Yeah. Now, this book, fortunately, has all these people giving this book a positive review. Steven Pinker, he's a very powerful author. You have Evening Standard, Nature, Mail on Sunday, Financial Times, Wall Street Journal. So all real powerful brands recommending this book. So first and foremost is when I have to select a book, I will check for people who I trust. People who I feel are worthwhile, like even Daniel Pink, author of Drive, he kind of supports everyone. Seth Godin, it depends, even though his books are great, but he supports just about anyone who's creative and different. So I would make my decision based on first is recommendation, okay? Second one is, once I open the book, well, obviously I told you about the Amazon, the negative reviews, and about the author, previous books. After that, after those 2 tests are passed, when I'm checking the book in a bookshop, I'll open it. Okay, obviously, what I do is I check the chapters. I check which are the chapters, the best laid plans. Here is the engine of success, I think I can. Projecting the hurt self-distracting. So, okay, it's still kind of interesting. And then what I do is, if I have to find out whether the book is really good or not, I just open any random page, like I open this page, and I see, is there something that jumps out? Is that something that jumps out? Do I find it interesting to read the last paragraph? Do I find it interesting to read, let's say, Another, what would rodents do, which is pretty interesting. Idle grasshoppers and busy ants, would I read this bit? So I keep looking at each and every paragraph and I see the style of how the author has written. So if I feel it is interesting to read that paragraph, if it's interesting to read in between, if it's interesting to read at the end, well, I generally pick up the book. Mostly I give 5 out of 5. So if out of 5, if 4, whichever random 4 pages I picked up, it's interesting, the book is passed. Then the other thing which I would recommend you to do is, after you open a chapter, let's say at the end of the chapter, see if there is a summary of points. Some of the authors do that, but this author has not done it. He has not put a summary of the points. But if you can read the summary of the points, it would really help you. The reason why some of the authors do not put the summary of points, because maybe it's too dense. And some of the authors are afraid that if they were to put the summary of the points, maybe people wouldn't buy the book. So these are some of the points that, let me put on the AC, it's kind of hot. Okay, so these are some of the points I would consider when selecting a book. Okay, so this is where I give you the selection of a book. Now, obviously, it comes to reading of the book. So, for those of you who are not familiar with speed reading, and you read normally, okay, I speed read because I've been reading for so many years. Now, this is a book. Okay, this is a book. What I do is I position my fingers like this here. Okay, I position my finger like this here. And I look at both my fingers and I keep moving it down, 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 down. And you know, my eyes kind of pick up those points, left, right, left, right, left, right. It just goes this way. And you would not believe, let's say for example, I'll just show you. Now, I've not read this. So what it says, to both the students naturally begin embarrassed on basic idea of what cognitive skill. Okay, now I've not read, I just read this right in front of you. So what did I get by reading that? The summary is he's thanking the people who have helped him get this book. He's also referencing a bit of cognitive science because I read that word. And there's no actual worthwhile point here. There's nothing that jumped up. So he's, see, like I saw here, he's thanking his students. He's just sharing something of his belief. And it's just general. I didn't find any point. So now I'll read it out. Let's say, to both my students, I've known my students, dinners with the family, my own impatience, basic idea that drove me to write this book, in studies initiated, most important exciting line. So in the introduction for this, which I just did it in front of you, and you know, I didn't read this before, there was nothing. The problem with most of the authors is they write so much of stuff, you know, in some of the books that I've read, 90% is useless. So through the period of time, speed reading has kind of helped me. Like, you know, if I were to read this book in my normal pace, I think I would just read it, and I would say just in and about a minute or less than a minute. However, if there was something really important, I would zoom in on that point. Another way how to speed read is, you need to, obviously you need to practice, but another way how you can speed read is listen to an audio book. You get the audio series, a summary of the book on YouTube. You just have to type the name of the book, like Marshmallow Test. I don't know if this book review is there. And you type book review, you would get an author who would give you a book review. Another way of how to do it in a summary is read book reviews of the book by newspapers or other authors or writers. Another way how to speed read is you can simply listen to an MP3. I do that all the while. So I've given you 3 ways of how you can actually do a book review. Baby, you have a phone. I think somebody messaged. You can take, no problem. So that's how you speed read. That's my wife's phone anyway. So this is how you speed read. Okay. Now the question is, you got a friend? Oh, you can take your phone inside. Okay. I'm busy, baby. I'm doing okay. That is a small baby girl calling me. She, you know, I'm taking care of her, so she sometimes gives me a call. Okay. Baby, close the door. So now, the point I was trying to tell you is, okay, speed reading and reading the paragraphs. Yes, the MP3s. So this is some of the ways you can do speed reading. Another way how you can actually go through a book and complete it fast is, like I told you, the book summaries, they're pretty easy. The written summaries by authors and bloggers. And, you know, if you have an iPod, just download the book review. You can get pirated content, although I do not recommend that. It's always good to contribute to the author. But if you cannot afford, you get the pirated content, or you have earphones, you just listen to it when you're working, when you're doing something. So you keep listening to this. So these are some of the ways how I am able to read books really fast and get this knowledge inside. Another way of how I actually am able to keep this knowledge inside, because people ask me, how do you retain? I share it through blogs, I share it through videos, I share it through articles. So in summary, if I were to give you everything that I said, I told you how do I select a book. The second one is I told you how do I read a book. The third one is I told you how do I speed read. So I hope these points kind of help you. Speed read and also retain. Yeah. So I hope these points kind of helped you, and I hope this answered your question. So do subscribe to my channel. Let me know your thoughts, any questions if you have, and love to hear from you. So this is Loy from loymachedo.com saying goodbye for now.